Hello, jeweler, and welcome to this video on time versus paid methods. We have already talked about what marketing is. We've talked about the things that people need to see in order to get more certain about you. We've talked about the different things that we use to get them more certain about you. We talk about the two different kinds of advertising that we use, and we also have the catalyst of profit and scalability. And we learned about the two different kinds of advertising, direct response and brand advertising, that we can use in order to get our brand in front of people in a way that we can track, and we can make sure that we're making as much money as possible while also deciding and helping to change the culture around our brand as well. So now we're going to get into time versus paid methods. And these are time methods and paid methods for doing exactly what we just talked about. And this is just going to be a quick overview of the difference between the two, and it'll give you a good idea of the different ways that you can start doing advertising. So what we'll go through, number one, is what are time methods, then what are paid methods, and then three, how are we going to use them? So very first, we're going to start with what are time methods. Time methods are methods of advertising that require little to no money, but require a trade-off of time to reach the same number of people. This is pretty clear. It's pretty easy to understand this, but in advertising, if you have time methods, you don't actually have to spend money to do advertising, or you don't have to spend a lot of money to do advertising. And so if you've been worried as you've been going through this is going to cost a lot of money, this is going to be way too expensive, I'm going to teach you how to start off small and without spending any money, and you are going to be able to get good results either way. And there are some things that are good and better about time methods that aren't quite as good about paid methods, and we'll get into that later on as well. So we have our pros, cons, and some examples of time methods. So some pros about time methods are it's cost effective, naturally, because it's not a paid method. And you might hear me call time methods organic methods as well, so paid versus organic, and I use those interchangeably, though I do prefer time simply because it's not organic. It doesn't just happen on its own. It still does take quite a lot of effort in order for you to get any results and trackable results. They're cost effective. They also have higher conversion rates. Time methods, generally speaking, have higher conversion rates based on the actions that you do than paid methods. They also require very little technical knowledge. You don't need to know really how to do a lot of very technical things for most time methods, not the ones that I'll teach you at least, and they're extremely targeted. You decide exactly who gets to see your marketing. Now, there are some cons as well, obviously. It takes a lot of time. And because of that, time methods are much harder to scale than paid methods are. So because you're trading time instead of money, you are not going to be able to do this forever, nor will you be able to do this on a really large scale, because everybody has 24 hours in a day. And you can only use those 24 hours in a day to get so much work done. Some examples of time methods would be direct email outreach, direct mail outreach, bullseye videos, which I'll talk about later on, direct messaging people that are your prospects, Facebook group mining, and we'll get into that later. Genuine clienteling is also a time method, so actually one-on-one talking with clients that you've already had in the past and so forth. Phone calling people is also a time method because you are spending time on that phone in order to do the marketing. And one-on-one meetings are also an example of a time method. So as you just look at this list, you can obviously see, yeah, these are extremely targeted. These are things that are very, very specific, and you can just look at the list and say, yeah, I'm deciding what is going to happen and when it's going to happen. So let's talk about paid methods now. Now, paid methods are methods of advertising that require money to run, but require very little time in comparison to reach the same number of people. So in the same way that time methods they have pros, cons, and examples, so do paid methods. And a little thing on paid methods eventually is where you do want to get to. You want to start with time methods if you don't have the capital to be able to do paid methods quite yet. And also, time methods are a great way to learn what works before you get into paid methods. And as we start going through getting feedback from your clients, we start going through some of the ideal client exercises, the client avatar exercises. We go through perfect inner voice messaging, IVM. We go through setting up your marketing. You'll notice that if you've done time methods, then you are going to be light years ahead of someone who is just going straight for paid methods. You will have so much better of an understanding of your market and of how you're to reach them and how you're serving them than someone who just goes straight for paid methods and has never done any time methods. You will perform significantly better, and you'll have way, way better results because you've put some time in time methods before paid methods. But before that happens, and another aside, I've even worked with companies who have tried straight out of the gate to just do paid methods, and they fail because they do not truly understand where their client is, where their prospect is, where their prospect wants to be, and how their particular offer helps them to get there. And because of that, they have no idea how to do the messaging. And they've gone from paid methods, and then I come in, and then we work with consultants, and we do advertising consultants and marketing consultants, and we end up going right back to time methods because you do have to do your time in time methods before paid methods are going to work the way that you want them to work. It's not as simple as just set up a Facebook ads account and start showing your ads to everybody and you'll get great results. If you don't understand what the things that we're going to go through in this course, which will seriously shortcut you on the way to getting to paid methods that are fantastic and perform really well. But if you haven't put your time in, you're not going to get the results that you want. So some of the pros of paid methods are obviously you can reach huge amounts of people, like mind-bogglingly huge amounts of people. They're also incredibly easy to scale in comparison to time methods, and they're very easy to track and to iterate and reiterate, which means to change and to improve. And so because of these things, you do eventually want to get to paid methods. If you want to scale and you want to get past and break through whatever barrier you have with time methods, paid methods are going to help you to do that. I've been able to use this in multiple stores, and I've been able to see this in the backgrounds of multiple stores and multiple businesses where paid methods are basically running all the time, 24/7, and because of that, you're getting predictable, very easy to track results. And you can scale those very easily to get more of those results and to continue doing something well or to improve what is not going well. Now, the cons to paid methods are they cost money. Naturally, they're paid. They also do require basic technical knowledge, but I'm going to teach you everything, so don't worry about that. I'll screen share. I'll show you exactly how to set everything up. You will be run through, I really mean this, the best, as far as in the jewelry industry is concerned too, the best advertising, social media advertising training that exists. And that has been my goal. I've seen what other people have to offer. This is going to take care of everything for you. You don't have to worry about the technical knowledge. You will be totally covered. You're going to have some great, great knowledge after this. And then you also do have a lower profit margin. Because it costs money to run ads, it is also going to, that's money that you have had to take from your profits. And so because of that, you're going to have a lower profit margin in the end. Now, some examples of paid methods are Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok ads, influencer marketing, Google ads, YouTube ads, signing on a recording artist, getting sponsored by a sports team. These are paid methods. There are a lot of paid methods, tons and tons of paid methods. And in this course, I'm going to teach you some of the most basic ones that you will be able to see, tried and true ones that you'll be able to get really good results with. And by the time that you're done, if you go through everything and you truly understand every video that we've talked about, you haven't just gone through them, but you've done the work, you've put the time into the guides and the worksheets, you're going to have incredible paid methods. You're going to have incredible ads. So how are we going to use them? Well, in this course, like I said, you will learn the best methods for paid advertising, as well as several tried and true time methods for advertising as well. I'm not going to leave you hanging if you don't have enough capital to start doing paid methods today. You need to have some time underneath you in doing time methods, and I'm going to teach you how to do those as well. Most businesses make their money from both, and this needs to be this does need to be said. I've worked with companies that are very small, under $100,000 a year, even less than that, just starting out, startups, just hopefully making $20,000 in a year, all the way up to companies from $12 million to $15 million a year. And both are always using time methods and paid methods. Both of them. You can't get around it. They both are incredibly effective, and the better you get at time methods, the better your paid methods are going to be in the end too. So you end up scaling time methods with your paid methods. And that has been our small teaching on the difference between time and paid methods and how we're going to use both of them and what you'll be able to do after this course. And if you have any questions, then feel free to reach out to me or the team, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.